Hi, Becca C. Smith here, and today I'm giving you an update on all my writing stuffs. This last week has been pretty crazy for me because I don't think I left the house once. Yeah, not once. I was just insanely focused, and I've been working on, this week in particular, I was working on screenplays. There's a contest that I want to enter. The deadline is May 1st. It's a really big one for screenplays. It's called the Nickel Fellowship. It's run by the Academy. And it's kind of a big deal. It's one of those contests that if you win it, or even if you place in it, like the quarterfinals or the semifinals, it can really help out your screenwriting career. I actually entered it, it's been a long time. I entered it in 2002, and I actually made the semifinals, and it really sort of jump-started me into where I am today. So it really, really helped. I moved into books, but I'm kind of feeling the screenwriting, bug again. So I'm basically taking 3 scripts, 2 that I'm co-writing, one with my cousin Tom. He wrote this amazing book about his travels. Of course, when my husband and I read it, we were like, this would be a great film. So we talked to him, and I'm all like, he had never written screenplays before. So I was like, well, let me take a crack at it. I'll adapt it for you, and then we can go through it together and basically adapt it together. So we did that. But the problem is that, and this was a couple of years ago actually, it was way too long. Now in screenplays, each page equals 1 minute. So most scripts, at least in the beginning stage, when people are reading them, they don't want them to be over 120 pages. The ideal page range is somewhere between 108 and 115. Like, that's ideal. I was a reader for 4 years or so, and I hated it when scripts were over 120 pages. It's just like you look at the page number and you're just like, ugh. So for contests, readers are the ones that are the first round for contests. So you wanted to get past a reader. And so that's kind of key, is to keep the page count down. Our page count was, I think, the first draft was like 190 pages. Yeah. Anyway, we got it down to somewhere around 160, and then my job, then we just put it on hold. We just couldn't even look at it. We couldn't even think about what we could cut, because everything we just thought was so funny and perfect, and we wanted it to be in there. But a couple years later, I had some distance, and I'm like, Tom, let me take a crack at this. Let's try to enter this into Nichols this year, but we need to get the page count down. So that's what I did this week. I got it down to 112. Oh my God, it was so hard. So he's reading it now this weekend. Hopefully he doesn't get too upset with all the cutting I did. But I think I pretty much made it so that it was still a solid script, solid story. I just took out the stuff. It was easier to see with that much distance, a couple years distance, to see where we could cut some things. So I'm excited about that. But the personal project that I'm working on is actually a script I wrote a long time ago, and I'm just rewriting it to, so that I wrote it like 20 years ago, so it needs some work. But I really like the story, and I really like the structure's all there. Everything's there. I just need to update it. But I've not only been working on writing projects, I've actually been working on clothing design, because there's another contest that's in April. It's this contest run by Her Universe. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it is Her Universe is amazing, and they do a whole line of clothing, nerd clothing for girls, because it used to be where I would go to Comic-Con or WonderCon, and there was nothing. Like, I would always find guy clothes. I would usually buy a bunch of guy t-shirts, and then I would convert them into girl t-shirts. I would just cut them apart, make them princess sleeves or whatever, turn them into tank tops. I had to do this. It's like, because they didn't sell girl t-shirts. A lot of companies do now, but it's because of Her Universe. they started it all. It was amazing. Anyway, they have this fashion show at Comic-Con every year where they do sort of couture nerd dresses and outfits and all this stuff. And I just decided I wanted to enter this year because I always come up with ideas that I want to make for myself, you know, that I'll wear to Comic-Con or WonderCon. So I was all like, I'm just going to try it. So I'm a little nervous because this isn't my wheelhouse. I mean, I've been sewing since I was 7, so I'm obviously super passionate about it. And I've been making my own clothes since, you know, well, not since I was 7, but I've been making my own clothes for a long time. So this is really exciting for me. So I was doing that this week too. That's hence why my Cintiq is all set up behind me, because I've just been drawing this whole week. So I'm trying to get all the scripts done before April. So April I can just give all the scripts to script readers and all my script writing friends, and they can give me notes, and then I can have it really solid and done by May 1st. Because Camp NaNoWriMo, I'm so excited for Camp NaNoWriMo. I can't tell you. I'm in the most amazing cabin with all my fellow author tubers. I'm so excited. I have to change my project because I was all, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, no, you're not. I am actually going to change my project for Camp NaNoWriMo, and I am just going to dedicate it to finishing my Riser Atlas mashup book. So I'm still writing the chapter openings for each chapter. I am more than halfway through. God, I think I'll definitely finish towards the beginning of April, and then the rest of April I am going to be editing. Normally I would give myself a big chunk of time in between editing the novel, but this is the thing, is that I finished the novel in September, and I just came up with doing these chapter openings a couple months ago, and so I feel like I'll be able to have the perspective to edit. If not, then I will switch projects and I'll do something else and probably wait till July to edit, just to give myself the space. But I think I'll be able to. I think right now it's almost, I feel like as I'm writing these chapter openings, I feel like I'm editing, because I'm tailoring them to the chapter that is about to be read, if that makes sense. So anyway, I feel like I just rambled on forever. I hope this isn't a long video. I guess I'll find out when I edit it, but that is it for me. I am just wanted to give you guys an update, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be shooting any videos this week, because I've just been so like hyper focused on finishing everything. I feel like I know I'm on a deadline, and so I just have to focus. But April, I am going to try and do a daily vlog like I did for NaNoWriMo, because that really actually helped keep me motivated. Just, you know, it's sort of like if you do it on video, you kind of have to follow through. I don't know. Anyway, it helps me. I'm gonna try and do daily vlogs in April. But next weekend is WonderCon, so I'm definitely gonna be vlogging that and take you on a nerd journey into cosplay and just lots of fun. And I love WonderCon. WonderCon's sort of like Comic-Con light. It's a little bit less hectic. It's in Anaheim, so it's closer. And I've got my annual pass to Disneyland, so if I'm all like, hey, let's get out of here, I can just hop over to Disneyland and, you know, go on a couple rides. They're literally right next door to each other. So that's my plan for next week. Ooh. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!